All right. It says that I'm live, so I'm going to believe it. If you are just joining me, then please drop a hello in the chat so that I know that I'm not just talking to the general nobody really on the other end. So make sure you drop that. And I'm just going to take a sip here because it seems like my voice hasn't been used in a while. Anyone else have that happen to them when, they've had a quiet day, and God bless you if you've had a quiet day, and you haven't had to use your voice, and when you try to use it, it's all rusty and garbled, and sometimes when I'm home alone, that happens to me. Let me know if that happens to you too, or if, that's just a luxury that I have. Um, I'm so happy to be here with you today, and I'm excited to chat a little bit about you. If you were here for last week's live, you know I was having a day, and today is so much better, so thank goodness for that. If anybody's following the moons, because I'm a bit of a cyclical person, so yesterday was a new moon, and we've got the first day of spring coming up tomorrow, so that's super exciting. There's a lot of new beginning energy right now. I don't know if you're feeling it at all. I'm starting to feel it. I want to start spring cleaning. I want to start getting rid of things. I want to clear up space for something new and exciting to happen. I'm also so over winter. Um, are you here with me? Is that something that you deal with as well? We have a whole bunch of snow slated for this weekend, and I'm really ready for spring. So, first day of spring, little bit of spring snowfall. Maybe I'll get some spring cleaning in since I might as well be staying inside anyways. So all good things. What are some things that you guys are doing for spring cleaning and just keeping the energy up and enjoying yourself? One of the things that I've done is I like to download an audiobook so that I'm listening to something that I enjoy, usually some fiction, because oftentimes with nonfiction, I really want to stop and take notes or try to work through it and implement it in my life. Whereas with fiction, it's just enjoyable, right? I know some people who like turn on a movie or something like that so that they watch the movie or listen to the movie as they're cleaning around their house. What do you do? Drop it in the comments so I can see what are some other strategies that you have implemented. That'd be fantastic. Okay. Yesterday's episode was on when you feel off. When you have no real reason, everything seems fine, but you just really feel off. If you subscribe to our newsletter, you might have seen that today as well, or yesterday as well. And I talked about one of my clients who had this happen. And she'd been feeling it for a while, but she never really recognized it or acknowledged it. And it wasn't until she'd been feeling a little complacent and everything had been just going through the motions and feeling kind of flat, especially at work. And she'd been doing her job for so long. She was so good at it. Everyone was kind of just relying on her to get things done and they would move on from there. And like I said, she was getting a little complacent because it wasn't as interesting anymore. And something happened. Nothing major, but something fell through the cracks. Nobody panicked because everyone knew she would take care of it, and of course she did. But that's when it really hit her. It was like, this is a little bit deeper. This is more than just a bad day or a mistake. This is something that just didn't fit anymore. And so we started working through all of that. And she was looking for more. She didn't know what more was, but she was definitely looking for it. Anyways, I'm not going to rehash it. If you're interested, let me know. Put newsletter in the comments and I will send you the link so that you can get signed up for the newsletter, and we can make sure that you get all the information each week so that you can see how to implement the things that we talk about. But yeah, that was a really interesting thing. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have clapped like that. That might have been really loud for some of you. Um, Now, can you put in the comments more if this is something that you felt? Is this just the clients that I've had, or is this something that's going around? Like, is this something that people are feeling at this point in their lives? Because I know I didn't really feel it a whole lot when in my 20s, and maybe not even in my 30s, but definitely when I hit into my 40s and now in my 50s, I have felt it and I have had to work through that. And I worked with my own coach through something similar to that, although my situation was a little bit different. But yeah, it was something to work through that more thing. Um, and then on top of that, I think a really hard part of that is that you feel guilty for wanting more. You place some sort of judgment, some sort of feeling about why you want more when everything is actually good. So why would I want more? What's wrong with me? Am I broken? Those are all things that sometimes come up. And I want to encourage you not to wait to get help. Some of the things we talked about in the episode are fantastic frameworks and places to start. Of course, without working one on one with you or even in any of our programs, it's hard to be able to help you specifically. But these are some pretty general things that you can look at to give you a starting point. Of course, if you want to work with us, we do have some openings, but you don't have to work with us to get started. Um, Name what's off. That's one of the first things. So, what's off? And then connect to what matters. What really matters to you? That's the most important thing because what matters to me and the things that I want to work through can be totally different for you. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with you. We just have different priorities, we have different values. And that's actually pretty fantastic that we're all different. Um, but connecting to what matters to you is what's important. And then locate where the shift is coming from. Chances are, even though it feels like you want to burn everything down and start fresh, or maybe your whole life feels like it's in upheaval, chances are it's coming from a place. Maybe it's from your work, like it was for that one client that I talked about. Maybe it's from your home life, like it was for me. Maybe it's something in yourself. Maybe you've just shifted somewhere in yourself. And so your old life just doesn't feel like it's you anymore. It could be from almost anywhere. So being able to narrow that down, or even if it is from multiple places, narrow down where the most impactful place is a good place to start. And then take one small step into aligning into who you really are or who you want to be. So that's always a great thing too. If you need a little clarity and a little work with you with coming up with that small step, that's definitely something that we do in our discovery calls. So you can always book a conversation for free with one of our coaches, and then we can get that little bit started if you want. All right, I'm not going to keep you any longer today because I know that you are busy and I am busy and we are all busy. That's just the way of it these days. So, if anything we talked about tonight resonated with you, come find the full article on the blog. I've got the link in the description and it goes a little bit deeper on everything that we just touched. If you want to keep the conversation going, you can always join us every Thursday. Bring your coffee, no agenda, just a little conversation. And let me know what's falling on your heart. If anyone has any questions, drop them in the comments either here live or during the replay, and I will always get back to you. And if there's nothing else, I want you to remember that You matter. So please take care. See you next time.